Hey guys, welcome to Crank's Fab Shop. Today we're cranking it on my new 1957 Volkswagen Oval Window Beetle. That's right, come on, brother. Woo! We just need to get this thing cleaned up. This is going to be a big project, and I need to get the oval out of the way. And that's why I'm doing this video, whether this is at the end of the, hey guys, I bought the oval window, or it's a new video. I gotta get that moved, and I gotta get this moved because the International, she's a big girl. She's a big old girl. So I think it's going to go right here, and it's not going to pull in, this way. Probably going to take up a little more room than that. So I'm thinking that we'll have the rear end over in our sort of fab area, have the front end up here where the Beetle's at, and, just have her sitting this way. You know what I'm saying? Just going right along there. She's a big girl. She's going to take up some room. So I think I'm going to get this. I got to get the 63 moved out from underneath the lift so we can lower it down. And I think the 57 is going to go on that. But what I'm doing on this one is I'm cleaning it up because there's glass everywhere in this thing. So I don't really even want to move it until we get all this glass cleaned up. And so the plan is we're going to just vacuum it out, clean it up. I've made drop the oil. It does have oil in the engine, but she's see, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. She'll move a little bit, but not much. Yeah, right there. That's all about she'll move right there. That's all she'll move. So I think I'm going to drain the oil, and we're going to fill that thing up with transmission, we're going to fill it up with ATF, transmission fluid. You're just going to vacuum it, clean it up, and yeah, just sort of leave this thing all together. Like I said, I do have the hood right there. She needs some work. She's rusted and pieces are missing out of the back of that, but that's all right. We'll be able to fix it. But so yeah, we do have the green and red wheels, or green wheels with the red lugs. It's I don't know. I don't think I'll keep the green wheels, but that one's pretty rough. That wheel's beat up pretty bad, so I may need a new wheel there. This wheel, that one looks like it's not in too bad a shape, so we may be able to just clean that up. And if we do use the green, I mean, heck, it'd be good. And we just need to get maybe two wheels. That one's a little chewed up there. And yeah, this one's got some flat spots and some rough spots in her there too. So I don't know if these wheels are any better. If these wheels are okay, we may use these for that. And so originally the plan with the 63, I don't want to talk about the 63 too much because I'm sure I'm going to be talking about it in another video. But like I said, the plans have changed. And yeah, those wheels look pretty good. We got one white one, but so we may use those, get those powder coated or painted up. But yeah, so in the video I'm actually about to release pulling this. I mentioned a channel, and they're on, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. But they started popping up on my feed, and I keep liking their videos, so I keep seeing more and more of their stuff. And it's Driven 60 Volkswagen, and they have a blue Beetle, and it's slammed on some bigger wheels. And I've never really been a huge fan of the bigger wheels on the Volkswagens. I really do like just sort of a nice clean black stock wheel with the chrome hubcaps. I do really like that look, and that's probably what's going to happen on the 57. But the more I'm looking, I may end up with some bigger wheels for this. It is going to go on the ground. But you know what? I'm talking about the 63 too much. This is about our 57. So we're going to vacuum all this glass, just to get it clean. As you can see here, I've been lubing up our hinges because that lower hinge is a little tight, and the bottom of this door is rotted out. So when I go to move it, like the door moves and the upper hinge moves, that lower hinge does not move until you really, put the quahitis on it, and then she moves. That door just sort of bowing and stuff, you can see. So we're gonna have to open that door so I can vacuum out right now anyway. But yeah, we'll end up pulling this door off to do some rust repair on the bottom, and then we're going to try to keep as much original stuff on this thing as possible. I do need pans, which you can't really see. Oh, maybe we'll see the light coming through there. It does have a battery in it, and that sucker looks old. But as you can see there, that's the reason why these Beetles floor pans just rust out so bad right there underneath that rear seat, because those batteries sit there and they just rot those floors. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna just set up the camera for a maybe a time lapse, or I may try to take some. I don't know. We'll see. You're about to find out right now what I do. I did see this, and I'm hoping it's got the arm on it. Yes, it does. Because I only had one of these. Well, I guess I had two, but I just didn't know where this one was, and I found it in a pile of glass. All right, so we got the seat wiped down. Looks like we got a different cover for the upper and lower part of the seat. Looks like the bottom of that seat looks like the top of this seat, but can't tell. You know, they got these covers on them. Anyway, here we go. Let's see. First time sitting in my 1957 Beetle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. We're going to have to either get us a new seat or, not a seat, the steering wheel. Of course, we're going to have to do something with these seats. They're rough. But we will have to either try to find us a different steering wheel or restore this one. I'll have to do a little research on restoring them, but need a few parts there. But yeah, I do have the glove box door. It's over there. It's behind me on my desk. But I wonder, do these only come with one side for the sun visors? I'll have to do a little researching on that one, because it looks like it, doesn't it? Made onto the mirror. I don't even know if my 63 has a mirror on it. But yeah, here we go, guys. Oval window, that's what we're talking about right there. So, you know, in case I want to take up smoking, which I do not. Still have the old ashtray. Look at that. Got one in the back seat too for the passengers, just in case. But yeah. All right, so we've got most of our glass cleaned up as far as I can see. I do need to get these seats out. I might have to lube the seat rails. And then we're going to pull these back seats out and clean up underneath of them. And so, yeah, let's... there's a lot. There's going to be a lot to clean on this thing, but we're just trying to do a little... Just start cleaning on it. Got to do underneath the hood here. We do have some stuff, such as our fuel gauge is underneath of here. So, yeah, we got our fuel gauge for our Beetle. Don't want to get rid of that. So, you know, some other stuff up underneath there. We just, I guess, need to go through and make sure we don't throw anything out that we don't need to. So, yeah. She's coming along. She's going to be cleaned up before you know it. And I'm still trying to think of a name for this Beetle, which I guess I need to come up with a name for my 63 too. I thought about Krampus for the 57 because of the colors and the, you know, like I said earlier, somebody, oh, well, that's all the time lapse. Anyway, somebody has painted the wheels green with the lug bolts red on this car, and just, it is an original agave green. I don't know if I've mentioned this. I do have the birth certificate for this car. So it is a 57 agave green is the color code for this. And, you know, we have the primer showing through everywhere. So it's, you know, very Christmassy with the red and green. So I'm thinking maybe Krampus is a good name for it. I don't know. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think is a good name for our 57 Volkswagen Beetle. All right, so I've got some gloves here because I'm trying to vacuum just the glass out, and this carpet is coming apart. So anytime you catch a little bit of it, it just starts stringing. And yeah, so we're just gonna pull some of this stuff out. That way we continue to vacuum up here. So, oh, and we did the part that I said I saw back there. Look what we found there. Found our hinge for the deck lid, I do believe. So that was on my list of things that I needed to find for this car, and you know, that list keeps getting shorter because I'm finding a few of the parts in here. So that's cool, but yeah, just all this glass in here is making it tough, and all this stuff that's falling apart when I'm trying to vacuum up all the glass, making it tougher. So all right, so we got most of the stuff out of there, and it's looking pretty solid. I can see a little bit of daylight right there. So you can see there, I don't know if we can just seal that up. It's not like it's rotted or anything, it's just that seam. So yeah, got that cleaned up. Got our floorboards cleaned up, our seats cleaned up. We still got to get all this stuff out and give it a really good cleaning, but you know, hey, there she is. All right, so I sort of dug through here, and as you can see, we found some stuff that, you know, I don't know exactly, you know, it's not that we're going to need it, but I didn't want to suck up anything in the vacuum without knowing exactly what I was sucking up, which I've already done a little bit, but hey, so we're going to get all this cleaned out, and then I think that we're going to pull the trailer over here and load this back on the trailer. I'm going to have to get it turned around because I do want to pull it forward onto the trailer. I don't know. I may get the trailer over here. I may not. We just want to get it on the lift. I'm going to have to move the 63 body, which shouldn't be too hard. It's pretty light, and I've got some, I just pull the 51 off of the rollers, put those underneath either those blocks or just put them underneath the body. And then once I get this out of the way, I'll move the pan that's sitting there, the chassis over out of the way, and then we'll move the body out of the way. We do have to narrow our runways for the Beetle, so you can see the extra hole there. So we'll do that, and then I may just try to roll it over. I do want to get it, bring the back on first, so we're gonna back it onto the lift. Just so I'm gonna put this thing pretty much all the way to the top, and that way it's not interfering with the door at all. Where are these wasps coming from all of a sudden here? Huh. Anyway, I'll do that, and yeah, that way we can just leave it on the lift, put it all the way up, and just have it out of the way, because we're not working on this thing right now, because we want to get our 63 going and the Lodestar going. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get this moved over here, and once we get this finished, cleaned up, and we get it up on the lift, that's where we'll end this video. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be. It may be a long one, I don't know. So we may cut some stuff out, make it shorter, keep going, make it longer, I don't know. But yeah, this needs to go up there, and then we're gonna be trying to, well, we'll talk about that on the next video, which may be before this video actually, because I don't know when I'm gonna release this video showing that I bought a Beetle. It's been on some shorts, but no videos yet. So yeah, one thing I did sort of try a test spot here with a polisher, and yeah, she went brown real quick. I didn't know if that was sort of like that red primer, but She's pretty brown looking, but you can see there. Now I just hit it real quick. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with all this cracking in the paint. I really want to leave this thing as much of the patina on it as possible, but I mean, you can see here, like, the paint is cracking bad. I messed around with the little spot here, pretty much just with my finger, like, because you can see this, like, the paint is, like, rolled up on the edges. I don't know how well you can see that, but, like, rolls up, and let's see if I can find a good spot to show you. So, like, right here, you can sort of see where it's rolled up, and then it literally just breaks off. So, right here, I just did that and sort of rubbed my finger on it and try to get it, you know, smoothing down a little bit. Then I don't know if I can just come through here and sort of sand this stuff real quickly to knock off all these edges that are going to break. Because, I mean, you can see she breaks off pretty easy. If I can do that and sort of come and do that and then go over it with the buffer, you know, polish it and just sort of see what happens with that. It has to be sort of smooth before I do that, because I know what it would do right now. That's catching on all that garbage. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to clean this front out and move this thing. All right, there we go. Got it vacuumed up, cleaned up there. And, well, vacuumed, not quite clean still. But, hey, we just want to get some of this stuff out of here. So now, let's, I guess, go grab the trailer and try to get this thing loaded up. I'm going to have to, well, first I'm going to set the camera up and we're going to push it out. Need to throw the back seat back in it. But we'll push it out and see. I may be able to just come, it's relatively flat. If I stay up close to the shop here, you know, we have a slope going down that way. But then still, I mean, getting it on that and then getting it up, you know, it's only a few inches, but still. So if not, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go get my trailer, hook that up, winch it up, and then I think I'll just back it up underneath of here and lower it down. Allow these old ramps here just to get down on the bed of the trailer, and I'll just push it up the ramps on there, and definitely can do that. So, all right, let's get this camera set up and let's do it. Alright guys, there we have it. We're first look underneath of our 57 Beetle. We got it up on the lift, as you can see. You got some rust there where the spare tire goes, which is very common. If you're a Volkswagen guy, you know that. Now this is what's sort of weird. Not that the heater channel is necessarily rusted out, but just the way that it rusted out. It's, you know, just the bottom portion of it is rusted. The passenger side isn't like that, but the passenger side is rusted on the top. So, I don't know. But the floor pans are not terrible. We may be able to get away with just doing halves. Just the rear half. Obviously, where the battery sits, those are always rusted out. But, yeah, we may be able to get away with just doing halves on the pans, because that looks pretty solid in the front. We'll have to get it cleaned up and see, which we will be pulling the body off of the pan, because, you know, we'll have to fix those heater channels, and, you know, we'll be doing, the plan on this is to do the pan and the drivetrain, get everything freshened up, cleaned up, looking new. I don't know how I want to make the engine bay yet. I don't know if I want to leave it sort of ratty like that, you know, just running, but like leave it ratty to sort of match the car, and then have the underneath of the car really nice. Or if I want to just do the underneath and the engine bay really nice, and then just leave the patina, which we are going to try to save the patina on this car. Keyword being try, because it's rough. But we do have some metal work to do, but you know, hey, that's a part of it. Yeah, we're going to try to save as much of the patina as possible. And, I mean, it's not original patina, but it's still, you know, pretty old, and it's original color. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end this one, guys. Thank you all so much for subscribing. The goal was 1,000 subscribers, and we're buying an oval window Beetle. We're almost to 2, and we have us an oval window Beetle. So we are going to start working on this project a little later. We're not going to do anything to it right now. That's why we got on the lift, just sort of out of the way. I want to get my 63. You see it? I want to get my 63 going. We've already got it off the pan. Yeah, so I want to get that, because that's going to be a driver. Like, I want this car to be just a good driving car. Get out and take it. If I want to go, you know, on a few hour drive, just get out and take it and drive. The Volkswagen Porsche reunion up in Cincinnati is coming up. So, you know, something like that. Hop in the 63 and just drive up, you know, drive up 75 and head up that way. Until, you know, we get the 57 done. And after that, the Lodestar should be on the road. Get the Lodestar loaded up, put a couple Beetles on a trailer and head up to that stuff like that. And then, you know, cruise. This is going to be a town cruising car. 36 horse, you know, you're not going to be able to do. They're not fast. They're not fast at all. I mean, it's 36 horsepower. These cars are super lightweight, but still, that's not something that I want to get it and drive long distance in. So, yeah, anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And until next time, we'll see you later, YouTube. Bye.
Well, bye.